What up, scallywags? What we got here is a mess. A mess. I had to bust that out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that wire through. I'm gonna drop it down right there. And then I'm gonna have to patch that up. But it's gotta be that way. Ah, that fucking foot tickles like a butterfly. Don't it, Henny Penny? Tickles like a butterfly. Sully, I thought you were helping me, dude. You gonna help me, Sully? Let's get this wire pulled through. And then I can hook it up until I get a fucking, I need to go down and get some of that conduit for it. People say so shine. I can splice it on the other side. Better than sunshine. What time is it?
4:30.
4:30? Okay, yeah, because I can't cut that power off till you're done. I'll be about ready by the time you get done. Because I don't want to cut it off while you're working from home. I'm a roofer and I'm okay. I drink all night and a roof all day. My name is Marco. I work on Rancho. I make 3 pesos a day. I go see Amy. She got good pussy. She take my 3 pesos away. Okay. Sully boy. Come on, Sully. You gonna help? You're young. Oh, what a mess. My name is Marco. I work on Rancho. I make 3 pesos a day. I go see Lucy. Come on, bitch. Don't you do it to me. She got good pussy. She take my 3 pesos away. Where are you at? Let's go, come on. Hey, you played bass. Mama played fiddle. There it is. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I'm your mama. I'm your daddy. I'm that nigga in the alley. I know you. I'm your friend. Be with you too thick and thin. I'm your pusher. Hey, hey, my. I like to sing about the moon and the Judah and the Springer. I like to sing about a sky of blue or T for 2. There's a lot of strange men in cell block 10, but the strangest one of all was a friend of mine who spent his time staring at the wall, staring at the wall. He looked at the wall so big and tall, I could hear him softly curse. Nobody at all ever climbed that wall, but I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first. Well, the warden walked by and said, son, don't try. I'd hate to see you fall, for there is no doubt they'll carry you out if you ever touch that wall. ever touched that wall. Well, years gone by since he made his try, and I can still recall how hard he tried and the way he died. But he never made that wall. No, he never made that wall. Well, there's never been a man ever shook this can, but I know a man who tried. The newspapers called it a jailbreak plan, but I know it was suicide. I know it was suicide. Hey, baby, que paso? I thought I was your only vato. Oh. Well, the motorcycle club had a party, and all the young virgins were there. And then I met a blind with pretty little titties and a big yellow ribbon in her hair. And I told her the three biggest lies in the world. Once my daddy first talked to me, this will only hurt for a little while. I only put the head of it in. Okay. Hey, baby, que paso? I need those pliers. I thought I was your only vato. Need the pliers. I am the Viper. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I am the Viper. I'll be back in 4 minutes. I am the Viper. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I am the Viper. I'll be back in 1 minute. I am the Viper. I come to vipe your windows. Why can't you say you like me hat, Amy? Why can't you say you like me hat? Well, Scotsman left the bar one evening fair, and one could tell by how he walked he drunk more than his share. Ring ding diddly I-O, ring da diddy I-O. The drunken Scotsman. About that time, too young and lovely, the last done happened. happened to pass by, and one said with a twinkle to the other, see young sleeping Scotsmen so strong and handsome built. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath the kilt. Ring ding diddle diddy I-D-O. Ring da diddy I-O. That's a song about the Scotsman is out and he gets drunk. On the way home, he passes out on the side of the road. And these two young Scottish ladies come by and they take a peek up underneath his kilt and they leave him a little gift. They tie a blue ribbon around his pecker. And then he wakes up. He's got to take a leak. So he stumbles over to this tree and lifts up his kilt and he gawks at what he sees. He's got a blue ribbon tied around his pecker. And he says, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize. I like that one. Lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize. You're a mighty pretty little lass. My name is Mark McGregor of the Clan McGregor. Alrighty then. When you leave that way, you can never go back. Train don't run on a torn up track. All through eternity, you'll roam made alone. 'Cause when you leave that way, you can never go home. There were two bears. Or there was a bear going down the street and he saw a bar and the bear says, I think I'll go in that bar and get me a beer. So the bear goes up in the bar. He says, I'd like a beer. Bartender says, I'm sorry, but we don't serve bears in this bar. So the bear, he figures he's going to show a little force. And he grabs this woman up off the bar stool and he gobbles her up. And then he says to the bartender, now I'd like a beer. And the bartender says, I told you we don't serve bears in this bar, but we sure don't serve drug using. Ah, fuck me. I mean, excuse me. That sucks, Pecker. Fuck. See, young sleeping Scotsman, so strong and handsome built. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath the kilt. Fuck. Yeah, he gobbles that one up and the bartender says, we don't serve bears. We sure don't serve no drug using bears. And the bear says, I'm not a drug using bear. And the bartender says, sure you are. I saw that bar bitch you ate. I love puns. And I was trying to tell John P., how do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on him. Instead of you sneak up on him, it's unique up on him. They say that puns are the lowest form of humor. Maybe that's why I like them so much. I'm very punny. Very punny. Miss Lucy had a steamboat. The steamboat had a bell. Miss Lucy went to heaven. The steamboat went to hello, operator. Give me number 9. If you disconnect me, I'll cut off your behind the refrigerator. There was a piece of glass. Miss Lucy stepped upon it and broke her little. Ask me no more questions. Tell me no more lies. I don't want a pickle. I just want to ride my motorcycle. You can't get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Arlo Guthrie. Why me, Lord? What have I ever done to deserve even one of the blessings I've known? Why me, Lord? What did I ever do that was worth love from you and the kindness you've shown? Lord, help me, Jesus. I wasted it, so help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know that I needed you, so help me, Jesus. My soul's in your hands. Try me, Lord, if you think there's a way that I can repay what I've taken from you. Maybe, Lord, I can show someone else what I've been through myself on my way back to you. Lord, help me, Jesus. I wasted it. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know. I'm going to bring my keyhole saw in for that. It's got like a hard candy shell. That I need it. If you think there's a way that I can repay what I've taken from you, maybe, Lord, I can show someone else what I've been through myself on my way back to you. There it is right there. Lord, help me, Jesus. I wasted it. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Normally I stick my hand in there and I get shocked. But this is 220. And as much as everybody would love to see me go, I ain't fucking with that 220. Say it's a double pull. I got, see how the outside one, I got it up? Double 30, and then there's a double 30 in the middle. See, I don't got the, all I gotta do is hook these up to the double 30 in the middle, and then I gotta hook the white up to the neutral bar right there. And then the negative goes there. And then the black goes there. Blue on black. Blue on black. Tears on the river. Push on the shove. Don't mean much Joker on Jack. Match on fire. Cold on ice. It's a dead man's touch. Whisper on a scream. Doesn't change a thing. Don't bring you back. The dogs are like, he's fucking crazy. Blue on black. She said I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate our home, so you'll feel more at ease here, and you won't need to roam. We'll take out the dining room table and put a bar along that wall, and a neon sign will point the way to our bathroom down the hall. We'll take out the dining room table, put a bar along. Heaven help us, Amy's got her blue jeans on. She can't help it if she's made that way. She's not to blame when they look her way. She ain't really trying to cause a scene. It just comes naturally. Oh, the girl can't help it. Down on the corner by the parking light, everybody's looking as she goes by. They turn their heads and they watch her till she's gone. Heaven help us, Amy's got her blue jeans on. In a way, it's good that Kurt retired and he's not the barber no more. Fucker calls me 2 times. Amy's in here. She wants a lot of hair cut off. Is that okay? Who the fuck you think I am, dude? Who the fuck you think I am? She can wear her fucking hair any way she wants to. Because, baby, I ain't in love with your hair. I can't stand them motherfuckers neither. My Aunt Cheryl got breast cancer. Had to have both of her breasts removed. My Uncle Danny loves her. He stayed with her. Motherfuckers run off on their wives because they get breast cancer. What, you just in love with her tits, man? That's a piece of shit walk away Joe motherfucker right there. Run away, your wife gets breast cancer. When she needs you, I shouldn't even said that because I had a real good friend of mine. And he got with 2 of my good friends' sister, and they were together 17 fucking years. They diagnosed her with terminal cancer. That son of a bitch ran off and left her. He fucking shot me a message on Facebook. He said, I heard you got something to say to me. I said, I do, motherfucker. Whenever I see you, you better get in a side stance because I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. I went and seen her when she was in the hospital a few times. And she died of a broken heart. She did not get to die at peace. Son of a bitch. Gave you 18 years of her life and she loved you. You're going to run off and leave her because she gets cancer. That's when she needed you most, you son of a bitch. And I know I can't look at every relationship like me and Amy's, but I don't care. That's just dirty, man. She died like 2 months after he left. Or after he left. 2 months. All you had to do was hold her hand and be by her side. Motherfucker. That's alright. He lives a miserable life. He's a strung out fucking junkie. Nobody likes him. And if Brian and Dwayne ever run into him, oh my God, God help him. Well, Dwayne's dead, but Brian runs into him. That's even worse. I'm 5'11". I'm at the bottom of Brian's chest. And me and Jimmy Jeffs got into it. And fucking Brian knew Jim before me. And he called here one day. He says, "Hey, Mark, where you live? I want to come by and see you." I gave him my address. I got off the phone and I told my son, I said, "Man, I hope his fucking intentions are good." And my son said, "Why, Dad? I got your back." I said, "Oh, no. I said, "You stay the fuck out of it. You get to hitting them too, you're just going to piss them the fuck off." And he goes, "You think you take both of us?" I said, "The shape I'm in right now, can't breathe, emphysema, COPD, pretty good chance, yeah, he'll probably win." And fucking my son was just getting ready to go to work. And fucking as he's opening the door, Brian's getting ready to knock. And fucking Seth scooted over, Brian ducked down, come in the door. Seth went to work. He come home after work, he goes, "Oh my God, Dad." He goes, "That fucking dude is huge." And I said, "I don't care how big he is. You kick his knee out, punch him in the throat, he ain't no problem." I said, "The motherfucker's a seasoned street fighter too." But Brian's he's a gentle giant. You really gotta do something for him to come for you. And he had good intentions. I used to tease everybody and tell them that my wife locked me in the hall closet. And I'd say shit like, it wasn't so bad when our youngest was still at home, because he'd slide me bread under the door. Well, I was clowning on Facebook one day and I said that I snuck a burner phone and hid some Zuzus and Wham Whams up in the closet. And then I said, Nate and Bobby and Johnny snitched on me and told Amy that I had a burner phone in there. I get a call like an hour later. And it's Brian. He goes, "Who the fuck snitched on you, man?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Somebody told me that on Facebook somebody snitched on you." And I said, "No, man." I said, "I was just kidding." I said, "Bobby, Shane, Johnny, those are Nate, those are the motherfuckers that ain't snitching." He said, "God damn." I said, "What?" He said, "I got to turn around and drive back home." He was on his way into town. He was pissed. I love Brian, man. Brian's good people. When I count the brothers I got left, Brian's one of them I count. I don't see him much. He lives pretty far out of town and everything. I need to get out there and see him, though. Him and Dwayne grew up in foster homes and shit together. Dwayne's that buddy of mine that grew up with Dave Mustaine. I just seen a video Dave did not long ago. Dave Mustaine, he was talking about when he was younger, they stole a big pot plant, and he was talking about Dwayne. He said Dwayne was just carrying it like it was a stalk of corn, But yeah, we was all working one day, and Dwayne said, "Yeah, I grew up with Dave Mustaine." I'm like, "Yeah, sure you did, motherfucker." And I grew up with fucking Eddie Van Halen, And they had a signing for Megadeth, and Bobby, my homie Bobby, that's his thing. Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, White Zombie, that's his thing. It's his happiness. So they go to this signing, and Dwayne gives them a folded up piece of paper. He said, "When you get up there and you get your shit signed, hand this to him." Bobby gets up there and he hands it to him. And Dave opens it up and he looks at it and he looks at Bobby, he looks at the paper, he looks at Bobby, he goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And fucking Dwayne come walking up, man. Dave got up, come around the table, hugged him. I was like, son of a bitch, he does know Dave Mustaine. And he get the brothers backstage every time Dave would come into town. Well, we lost Dwayne, man. That motherfucker, he didn't do like me. He succeeded despite what they did to him. He became a survivor. He started a roofing company. We all worked for Dwayne. And we worked for BJ. On BJ's roofs, we'd get mad sure we'd fight on the roof. Smoking pot, cussing. Dwayne, it had to have been hard on him because he's a brother, and he didn't put up with that shit. What he would do is he'd lay us off for a couple weeks. He'd say, "You ain't got no beer money, you'll be thinking about it next time." But he ran his shit professional. He went legal with taxes, everything. When he died, he was making over $1 million a year, clear. Him and his wife got a divorce, and it was like $1,800 the judge told him to pay child support. And he said, "Your Honor, that's not enough for my children. I'll pay 3 times that." And until the day he died, he paid 3 times that $1,800. I mean, I've never seen a man or a woman do that. Usually there's a bitter fight between the man and the woman, and they're not going to pay a penny over what they're told to. That motherfucker paid 3 times what the judge ordered. And even after his kids were older than 18, he was still sending money over there. And I don't care what nobody says. That's a stand-up motherfucker right there. Stand-up motherfucker. And the reason his business was successful and BJ's wasn't is because Dwayne ran it professionally. You know, we do ground cleanup. We lay tarps all around, you know, to catch nails and shit. And we'd throw it on 4x8 sheets of plywood, and we'd carry the plywood with shingles on the tore off shingles and toss it in the dumpsters. Then we get all the tarps up, throw the shingles from them in dumpsters, and we'd run a magnet around getting all the roofing nails. I'm OCD. I get every single one. It'll drive me crazy knowing that there's nails still there. I could think that I had every nail that son of a bitch would pull up. It's like he was psychic. He'd walk right to the one I missed. Every fucking time he'd find that shiner. But yeah, we lost Dwayne. He was real early in the morning heading into town to put some bids in on some roofs and fell asleep at the wheel. And there was a semi on the side of the road. He went right into the ass end of it. Dwayne's the one. When I got back from Arizona, he called me up. He said, "Hey, Mark." I was so excited to hear his voice. I was like, "Hey, Dwayne." I said, "How you doing, bro?" He goes, "Bro, what happened to you?" So what do you mean what happened to me? He said, "Everybody all over town is saying, you got to see Mark, man. Mark's changed. Mark's nice." He said, "Mark, you are the most violent man I have ever met in my life. What happened to you?" You know, God softened my heart in prison. In his infinite wisdom, he sent me the most unselfish, loving person I've ever met to be my life partner and teach me how to love again. And Dwayne's calling me the most violent man he ever met. Fucking, he's pulling up to the gas pump. We're in the truck. Pulling up to the gas pump, and this dude cuts him off real quick. Just cuts him off. Dwayne had to lock the brakes up, and the dude pulls up the pump. Well, Dwayne pulls up fucking by the gas station there, and he got out, and he's walking real fast towards the dude. Dude jumps in his car, and he fucking shuts the door, and he locked it. and I seen him. He was smiling. And Dwayne was almost in the car. We locked the door. He turns around and he walks back like 20 foot. And it's like, oh, cool. Dwayne's grown up too. That motherfucker turned around and ran and went feet first through the side window and was on top of the dude in the front seat beating the fuck out of him, man. Fucking right through his side window. Oh, man. He was a Jamaican clown one year for Halloween. We were all frying on mushrooms, just frying our brains out. Had this party in this trailer. There was probably 40, 50 people crammed in that trailer. I'm playing quarters at the table when I see fucking police lights out the window. There's like 5 or 6 squad cars out there. They had 2 canine dogs. We got 3 pit bulls in the house, all these people. I said, Dwayne, the cops are here. Well, they knocked on the door. Dwayne opens up the door and he goes, yeah. And before the cop could say anything, he slammed the door in his face. And everybody goes, ah, everybody's all laughing and shit. So a little bit, about a minute later, there's another knock. He opens the door, he went to slam it, the cop put his foot in the door. He said, all of you out of here, right now, all of you. We all went out. We're walking down the street with beer, 18 packs, and going down the street and fucking got our dogs, and they went up in the trailer. It's like they're in the trailer, we all walk down the street. Dwayne, man, I miss that motherfucker. Dwayne was good people, wasn't he? Yep. At his second wedding, that's when his sister said, Mark, I used to hate your fucking guts. I used to tell Brian and Dwayne, why you hang out with him? And I'm like, Cindy, why you hate my guts? And she said, because you chased a guy through my house shooting at him with a gun. And I'm thinking, there's no way. There's no way I would do that to a brother, sister, you know? And I got to thinking about it. And you would think I'd remember the dude's name and who he was and what he did if I was shooting at him, but I couldn't tell you. That's how out there I was. I remember going and getting a gun. I remember we locked eyes, put the car in parked. I reached under the seat, and the chase was on. I called her up a couple weeks later. I said, Cindy, you're right, I did do that. I said, but in my defense, I did not know that was your house or I'd have put the brakes on. What? And I told her, I said, well, coming from Cindy, what she said to me means the world. Because Cindy has you think I'm blunt, Cindy has no censor whatsoever. Dwayne in his first marriage was flipping out one day and he was throwing he busted every fucking window. They had a big 2-story, $220,000 house. He busted every fucking window out of the first floor and he was throwing furniture in the pool and Cindy, Michelle called Cindy and Cindy drove over and walked out back and punched Dwayne right in the fucking mouth, man. Punched him right in the mouth. His dad's got a big construction company out in California, White Construction. Danny White. He's a good dude. Danny. I dated 3 of Danny's daughters. They got different moms. Danny got around. The ladies loved Danny. But Brian's huge. I mean, huge. I'm glad he's on my side, but he's a gentle giant, and the world can be thankful for that. Because, I mean, his fucking hand's bigger than my head. The dude's a monster. And like I said, he ain't just big. This one dude I heard was after me, and this dude had a manslaughter charge for accidentally killing a guy in a bar fight. He hit him too hard. And I seen him walk into the bar door. This is back in the day. I was in my mid-20s. And I seen him walk in the door and fucking, he started walking. We made eye contact. He started walking real fast towards me around the bar. So I stood up, got on the balls of my feet, and fucking, he picked up more speed. So I started at him and acted like I was going to go left, but I jumped right. And I got lucky. I got my left arm around his throat and spun around on his back and got him in a sleeper. And I'm telling you, I know what it's like to ride a bull and try to hold on for 8 seconds because this is a big dude. And I knew if he got loose, I was fucked. I was going to get fucked up bad, maybe killed. Even though I didn't do what he thought I did. And he's slamming me into the bar. He's slamming me into the pole in the middle of the bar, the pool table, everything, trying to get me off his back. And I had my legs wrapped around him tight, too, so he couldn't try to reach back and grab my balls or nothing. But eventually he went 90-90. He was sleepy time. And that's when normally I would start stomping your face in. I got the fuck up out of that bar. And I seen him like, I don't know, it was months after that. And he walked in the bar and I jumped up and he goes, "It's cool, man, it's cool. I found out you didn't really do that." I said, "I could have told you that the first time." He said, "It's cool, man." And he come over and shook my hand. He said, "You got me, man." I said, I got lucky is what I got. But he said, "Everything's cool." And I was keeping him in a corner of my eye, though, the rest of that night. He got a manslaughter charge, did time for manslaughter. He got in a bar fight, hit the dude too hard and killed him. And I've thought about that too, how fragile the human body really is. I'm really lucky, and so are a lot of my friends, that we didn't accidentally kill somebody. But I'm gonna hop off here. Amy's off work. I gotta finish that wiring, and then I'll be happy. That we had this dog, the one on the left. Now the deal was, he was part of a wild pack, but he was a puppy. They were feral dogs, and this guy caught him, his mother, all his brothers and sisters. They were puppies. They caught the mother. Did they catch the father too?
After he adopted out Mama,
Okay.
they went back down and got Dad.
After he adopted out the female, that was my dog's mom, and the puppies, they went back up and got Dad. He gets feral dogs and tries to get homes for them. He kept her for a while to work with her because she was feral. Well, it's men. Our dog's freaked out by men. He'd sit behind a chair and bark and growl with me even for months. And Amy said, "We need to get him an emotional support dog." I swear to God. So we got that little dog for him, and it worked. It was a few weeks ago. I went to pet him in the bedroom. He was up on the bed, and he rolled over on his back and gave me his belly. That's when they trust you. If he's going to expose the belly, he trusts me. He's still not real snuggly. I've woke up a couple times and he's up against my legs. But now Hanny, she's a snuggler. But what I think happened was, the dude that caught him, they used a dog catcher pull on the mother. And a mother dog that's got puppies, and plus she's a wild dog, you can bet that bitch went crazy. It was probably nuts, violent, loud, and he saw all that. So I think that's why he's freaked out on guys. If guys come over here, Nate can be gone 2-3 weeks, a hoeing out there, and he'll come walking in. He knows who Nate is now. Shane, Johnny, Bobby still growls at them.
There's a baby.
And he ain't gonna do. Yeah, look at him when he's a baby.
Can I expand?
Oh, look at this little guy when he's a baby. Oh, my phone's getting ready to die. And I got dust all over my phone. Look at him. Isn't he the cutest little thing? Oh, wait, that's my oldest son, Nathan. And that's his wife. Amy, how do I go back?
The other way. That's when we got him.
That's when we got him. Here's when he was caught. Look at that little guy. Isn't he just the cutest little thing? That's Sully. My friend in Mexico calls me Sully. She says she's that little girl, and I'm the Monster Inc. guy.
She's Boo.
That's my grandkids. That's my son, Seth. He's the one that said, I got you back, Dad. That's his fiance. They're getting married here. Let's see. It's my grandbabies. That's my youngest son, Joshua, and his wife. That's his fiance, Katana. That's my little Harley, my granddaughter. That's Harley and Liam, my grandchildren. Seth. Where's Rosie girl?
That was Rosie. Go back. Oh, better one.
There's one of Rosie. Oh, that's my son Seth's bald cats. That's Tiffany. That's Nora. That's my little Nora. She's my little articulate one. That's Nora. That's my son Seth.
And Vincent.
He come home with them tattoos on his neck and on his hands. So what the fuck are you doing? You look more convict than I do, motherfucker. I said, you just fucked yourself out of a lot of jobs doing that. There's one of their naked cats. I call him Mr. Bigglesworth off of Dr. Evil's cat. That's her dog. There's little Nora. Nora. Papa's little explorer. She goes, it's Dora, Papa. There's little Sully. There's my daughter Tiffany and her boyfriend. He used to be a roughneck down in Texas, worked the oil rigs. Now he works with that cap water they pump in from Colorado to Arizona. Got a good union job. He's a good man. It's the first man my daughter's ever been with. The rest of them were man-childs. Little boy bitches. That's my son Seth. I can't see it. Dora. Dora, a pedicure. He did that foot thing?
Yeah,
that's my daughter, Tiffany.
Him and Kristen went together.
There's me and Amy when Josh was born. There's little Nora. That's me and Josh when he was little. That's what these Blues Clues. There's a naked bald cat again. It's my granddaughter, Harley. Seth with a frothy mustache. Another naked fucking cat. There's my son Josh. He was my right hand. The kid did everything with me. Another naked cat. Nora. Amy and Liam. Papa's little explorer. I wish they were closer. It's my daughter, Tiffany. Tiffany she's her father, but in female form. She's got heart for days, man. Where's that one of Tiffany? I love that picture of Tiffany. There's Seth, Josh, Katana, Tiffany. Tiffany was wearing these long-ass fake eyelashes for a while, and me and Amy saw this. You can buy these giant eyelashes for car headlights. We just gotta get those for her. I said, what the fuck you wear them goddamn bugs on your... Look how skinny I was from the heroin.
You still got your cast on.
Look, I still got my cast on my foot. Look how skinny I was. There's my daughter, Tiffany, and Nora. Me and Nora got a deal. I tell Santa Claus she's a good girl, and she tells Santa Claus I'm a good boy. We look out for each other like that. Nora. Papa's little explorer. There's Seth. Josh. That shirt's from New Zealand. My sister-in-law lives over there, and she sends us New Zealand stuff. She sent me a Maori bone necklace, but she goes, it's not killer whale. They're sacred to them. I'd be pissed if it was killer whale. I love killer whales.
Okay, hold on, bud.
I can't find that one picture of Rosie. I love that picture of Tiffany. No, Nora. Take them out, will you?
Yep.
Is it even in here?
If you saw it on there, it is.
That's not it. She looks just like my mama there.
I believe.
Nora.
I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Nora's my little articulate one. Nora is. That's my daughter, Tiffany. God, we got a lot of pictures on here. This thing, the kids can send pictures to it. So they're always updating pictures. That's when Josh was just born. I got my Marshall Faulk, number 28 Rams jersey on. Look, it looks like Harry Potter. All my sons, they treat their wives good. They treat them real good. They had somebody teach them how to treat their wives. I didn't have nobody teach me. I had to teach myself. No, Nora. Where's that picture of my Rosie girl? That's the one Nate come by with this dude I hadn't seen in years. And we had it hanging on the wall. And I went in the kitchen, and he goes, oh, my God, who the fuck is that? And Nate goes, shut the fuck up. That's his daughter. He'll kill you. Just shut the fuck up. I was in there kind of laughing with the refrigerator door open. I thought it was funny. But there's been a few times I'm surprised I didn't catch a case. I can't find it. She says it's on here, but I sure as fuck don't see it. No, Nora. And then there's a song on that Frozen movie. It goes, will you help me build a snowman? And I mess with Nora. I go, I know that song. You want to hear me sing it? And she'll go, yeah. And I go, will you help me hide a body? Come on, we can't delay. No offense to the Tiffany's or nothing, but I was like, this sounds like a stripper, you know? Don't name her Tiffany, and she insisted. So I named her middle name Rose. My grandmother's name was Rosemary. That's where the Bohemian blood comes in. Rosemary Zenobia Kunkler. And she hated that middle name, Zenobia. And I said, Grandma, that Zenobia, she was a badass queen. And all the people loved her. She was a good queen. But yeah, her name was Rosemary. So we named Tiffany Rose. And there's actually a hybrid tea form. It's a rose called the Tiffany Rose. And then in my family, we've got a Brenna Rose, my cousin Paula's daughter, and we've got a Marissa Rose, my Uncle Bobby's daughter. I call them my Rose Garden. And then I named my bike Rosie. Because I don't call my daughter Tiffany, I call her Rosie. Well, I call her Tiffany Rose when I'm mad at her. I call her Rosie when I'm not mad at her. And I named my bike Rosie because my daughter, my grandmother, all the Roses in the family, and because of that AC/DC song, Whole Lot of Rosie. But I'm going to get off here, finish this up. My battery died before again. It keeps filling up and shit. Why do you fill me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down? Well, I'm going to get this done so I can get my ass in a hot shower. Because I don't like the cold ones. Even though the good news is my dick's a popsicle. I love you. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.